All right, this is for you DIYers. This is going to be we're going to get rid of this old DE filter. Needs a backwash valve. The ring's broken. The grids are bad, and we're going to replace this. And we are going to install this new filter, and we're going to have an unboxing of this right now. All right, I'm excited. I love this filter. It's an Aquastar. Kind of a new brand, but like that track back I've been installing. I've been putting these in everywhere. It is a cartridge filter that will clear up the turbidity in a pool in one flip as good as a DE filter. So that's incredible. It's got its own special patented grid system. But this will do a 35,000 gallon pool, and no tools required to clean the filter. Take these safety locks, take the lid off, and here's the cartridge. Just pop that out and clean it. And it just takes one inlet, one outlet. So it's going to be it's a good install. So if you're thinking about swapping your filter out, this is the one. Alright, so we gotta cut this bad boy out. Now get it out of here. So I just lined up all the pieces that I'm going to use and made the cut, and now this is going to all shrink back as I glue it together. So all I'll have to do is adjust where I set this tank after that. So I already primed these. Just run through in case you haven't done much gluing. This is a quicker glue, blue glue. Actually, it didn't even require priming, but I do it. But it dries very fast, so I can turn the pump back on. You might want to, but it doesn't have any play, or it doesn't give anything. I mean, it's set in a few seconds, so you have to do it right the first time. So you may want to get the normal PVC glue. That's, you're going to want to let it cure for 24 hours afterwards. You may want the purple primer so you can see that you actually primed it. I actually used to use a clear glue and a clear primer, and boy, that's some dangerous work right there. You got to make sure you did actually glue something. You turn the whole pump on and find out you missed something. It's a bummer, but nothing ever stops you or slows you down. Continual forward motion, always moving. A little glue on both sides. You just put the glue here. You're going to put a 1/4 inch twist as it goes in. And this is the only one that's going to be something I need to worry about. I need to make sure it's facing down. Everything else doesn't matter where it goes. And I am in an interior room, and so this primer is very strong. There we go. What you want to do is this one off. I'll go ahead and put this together. The disc can go at any angle, so it's see, that's a lot of glue. It doesn't need to come out like that. It doesn't hurt anything if it does. It just makes you look like a newbie. One is the one that needs to be right. There we go. And now I'll just slide the filter. Now I know where I want the filter to start from. So we'll just assemble it right here. And that's one side. And just so you know, there's a drain on this side. I'm hooking the drain, it's usually just a plug, but I hook the drain up to a ball valve because I'm gonna hook it up to, when I drain this, it leaves the room, it goes into an actual drain. So that's handy, you can just put a ball valve on there. All right, now because I work on this system and you'll be working on yours, the outlet goes back, and I went around the filter into the return line, just so everything's clear. When you work on the filter, it's easy to do. It's gonna have just as many bends. I like to use these 90 sweeps so it doesn't slow the water down and create headspace. Now you should probably have a couple more inches on the bottom of the filter, but whoever plumbed this whole thing up before was using 1.5 inch plumbing. So in reality, my 2-inch sweeps are going to be just as good as any other 1.5 inch plumbing over there. It's going to be reduced down anyway, so I'm just doing the best I can with what I got. And I switch everything over to 2-inch because it's just better to use. So what happens is it's dry fit right now, and this is the trick. When you dry fit it, like I said last time, things are going to be off. One of these pieces of pipe isn't going to fit. So this is all correct. These are all correct, but they're gonna smush in. This one's gonna smush down. What's gonna happen is this pipe that goes behind it, that's the only one that isn't actually gonna be the pipe that goes there. I will have to cut a new one to fit that distance. So it's just a setup. It's like made to fail right now, and I'm not gonna glue that one on. I'm gonna glue these, then I'm gonna glue these, and then I'm gonna measure a piece of pipe to go behind there. All right, so that's the trick here, and I hope that helps someone. Okay, I wanted to show you, so it's all glued. I cut that one to fit, and the last secret is I saved this piece to put on last. See, when you have 2 hooks, 2 ends, I can put the glue on one side and the other, and then put this together, you see, all in one sweep. Otherwise, if you try and put your last piece on a straight line, it's hard to do. You can do it if you have connections. You can just connect the entire filter on both sides, move it out of the way, put this piece on, and then it will work, and then put the filter in because you have unions. Well, that helped. All right, so the last thing we need to do is pull these 2 blue plugs out. And install, this is the pressure gauge. It already comes with the Teflon tape. So you just have to get your little wrench. You're gonna wanna set that. If you're outside, try and keep this from being in the longest part of the day. And I didn't tell you that this is made of PVC. It's durable out in the sun. It's not fiberglass. It's not going to decompose like your other filter. So it should be good and long lasting. Once you get this tightened down, it's got this cool cover which has a start and clean area. So you're going to want to spin this wherever your gauge goes. You're going to set it to this little diamond right here that says start. I never let them go to the 10 psi where it says clean, but somewhere in between there, the pressure starts going up, it's time to clean it. It's so easy to do that we'll show you that. So this has an O-ring on the bottom. This is the pressure release valve. So for those that don't have the drain on the bottom, what I've done for some pools in the rainy areas and for rainy season, you take a garden hose that fits this, cut it, and put your little hose clamp on there, and you can actually, I just have an end to where I can hook up a garden hose and screw it on when I want to, so it's usually about yay long. And then open the valve, the water comes out. You can literally open this, have a hose to this, and drain your pool out into a safe zone. So if you don't have that on like I did, just use that. All right, and that's when you start the thing, you want to turn your air release valve, get the air out, and then turn it down. It says close and open on here. So anyway, that's that. So one last thing before you start it, they have a lubed O-ring in the package. So we're gonna take the top off and you're gonna put your O-ring on. Remember, open these clamps, spin it, take the lid off. I am actually going to take this cartridge out this time because ironically, it's a commercial pool and a possum spent the night in there pooping all over the place. They don't want they want to drain the pool. So we're draining the pool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to open that drain valve and run the pool and let it drain. But here's the O-ring, goes around this lip, sits in that hole. Put this where you had it. And you're good. Good to go. All right, you guys. That's the install for the Aquastar. All right, you guys, I hope that helps somebody. That's such a nice, sweet little filter. This is 35,000 gallon pool. If it's a little bigger, you can just run it a little longer.